Hey, in this video, I wanted to go over the Bitcoin white paper and how it relates to the Bitcoin spot ETFs that were just approved. As you can see here, the Bitcoin white paper is only 9 pages long. Most people haven't taken the 10 minutes to read through it. It's 9 pages with the last page being credits, not even full page of credits. And through the 9 pages, as you can see, a lot of it is diagrams as well. So it's a very short read, but also a very important read that most people skip over in their journey to Bitcoin. And as you can see here in the very first sentence of the Bitcoin white paper, it says Bitcoin was created as a peer-to-peer version of electronic cash that would allow online payments to be sent directly from one party to another without going through a financial institution. That part's very important in how it relates to the Bitcoin spot ETFs that were approved and doing extremely well. We've just had 18 days this month of inflows, record-breaking inflows to the spot ETFs. And a lot of people are questioning why the Bitcoin price is just going sideways. And as we know, the financial system is known for playing games through manipulation. Banks are hit with fines all the time for manipulation. Nobody ever gets in trouble. Nobody ever goes to jail. They're just slapped with a giant fine, which is nothing to them. And they go on about their business, making millions of dollars, billions of dollars, trillions of dollars from individuals that are constantly becoming screwed over by the financial system. And Bitcoin was created as a way for individuals to take back their own self-sovereignty and power from the system. And by participating in purchasing a Bitcoin ETF, you don't actually hold your own keys. So you don't actually own the Bitcoin. You owe a paper claim to the Bitcoin, and you can't verify if those funds actually exist or they're just numbers on a screen somewhere. So with the Bitcoin spot ETFs doing so well, a lot of people are questioning the legitimacy of the numbers. These inflows are doing better than any financial analyst had predicted. And Bitcoin adoption worldwide is going through the roof. We have all kinds of financial institutions adopting Bitcoin, ETFs being approved, and everything else. And people are starting to wonder, why is the price not reflecting the level of adoption? And in this video, that's kind of what I want to address, along with Satoshi's vision for Bitcoin and how you should hold Bitcoin in your portfolio for your own self. Only you can make that decision, but Bitcoin was intended for you to take your financial freedom so you can stop being manipulated by the traditional financial system. So I highly recommend anyone who hasn't read the Bitcoin white paper yet, take 10 minutes. I will leave a link to it in this description of this video. You can find it at bitcoin.org. It's a very short read, 8 pages with diagrams, 10 minutes. It's very well worth your time to go over and see how Satoshi had envisioned Bitcoin for individuals to take back their own financial freedom. So as it says here, not your keys, not your coins. If you own the Bitcoin spot ETF, or if you have Bitcoin on an exchange, you don't actually own any Bitcoin. You don't own the Bitcoin unless you own the private keys to it. Whoever owns the private keys has full control over your Bitcoin and final say in what happens to it. Should the system collapse or another bank collapse happen, I fully expect these institutions to play games as they always have and manipulate the system to their maximum benefit that they're allowed. And by giving away your Bitcoin to them, you're giving them that power over your own financial sovereignty. And I just created a post on that on my blog, which I'll also link to, but Bitcoin ETFs, institutional adoption, market dynamics, and the theories behind the manipulation in Bitcoin currently. And as you can see here, there have been several public companies that have recently added Bitcoin to their balance sheets. And these are all from just this year. And then you have the political landscape around Bitcoin changing. You had bipartisan agreement in the House for the FIT 21 Act, which the president later vetoed, but that's beside the point. We have bipartisan agreement, and that's very rare to find in politics nowadays. But that just shows the US is becoming more pro Bitcoin as it's growing in acceptance. Then you have several countries adopting Bitcoin by approving ETFs. You have the United States, United Kingdom, Hong Kong, Australia, Thailand, Canada, Germany, Brazil, and South Korea have all approved a Bitcoin ETF in the last year. So why are there theories of market manipulation? Well, mainly because the price isn't reflecting the level of adoption that we're seeing currently. And it's very likely that, in my opinion, the financial institutions are playing the same games they've always played. So again, not your keys, not your coins. But in my conclusion, I do think that the traditional financial systems see that Bitcoin is on a path to world reserve currency status. And those in power very much understand this as the US is hitting record levels of debt, 35 trillion, 35.5 trillion, maybe 34.5 trillion, whatever in debt. But we're adding $1 trillion every 100 days, and the path is not sustainable. And in my opinion, there is no other alternative other than Bitcoin. No two countries are ever going to agree on another country being the world reserve currency again. So that leaves Bitcoin as the only option as the traditional financial system are imploding. So again, my public service announcement for the day is to take the time to read through the Bitcoin white paper, as I will link to it in the description below. And I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.